Hello and welcome, my name is TyrionLanstr. Well folks, I'm going to be doing this video breaking down the different cavalry commanders and their weapons. Now, as I said in my previous video on infantry commanders, I'm not going to be covering Layla, Leanna, or Enzo since I've already done those, so because the cavalry commanders don't have a ton of weapons, all we've got is Rob and Salma. So let's go ahead and we'll start off with Rob. So if I pull up Rob's awakening ability, as you can see here, Rob, whenever he has a successful cavalry hit, he adds 2% cavalry attack. I think that, this is a interesting ability to me because for the most part, it's one of the stronger synergies with some of the as a free-to-play commander, and one that's been unlocked pretty much since the beginning of Awakenings. It synergizes well if you're doing the infantry hits where you're getting a lot of different, extra normal attacks in. That'll give you a lot of cavalry attack quickly. Also, just in general, it feels pretty strong to be getting a lot of extra cavalry attack, so it's a good ability. Now, if we look at what Rob's weapon does, nothing too crazy. It's really just adding 0.5% to every attack bonus that it gets. So instead of 2%, getting 2.5%. And as we can see, if we do the full stars preview, it goes all the way up to 5%. And you can see that this max, it goes from 70% to 120%. But just the fact, I'll say this, the fact that they even need to list that shows you just how strong this can be. The fact that you can get up to 120% more cavalry attack, that's a considerable amount. I mean, that's pretty good. Even just the 70% you can get at no stars is a very considerable amount to be getting, again, over the course of the battle, but still, that's definitely to be noted. Like I said, we've already seen Layla, Leanna, and Enzo, so the only other one that we have to cover for this video is going to be Salma. So if we look at Salma, again, we're going to go ahead and take a first look at her normal ability. So Salma's ability obviously synergizes really, really well with the female setups, but at the start of the battle, the female commanders have an 80% chance to use their active army skill once, but those normal attacks will have a 30% chance of missing for that first 5 seconds. So I think that Salma, like I said, synergizes so well because it immediately gets you going with some of those active army skills. If you've got Layla in there, you might get multiple hits in. It just really does a lot of damage early. If you have the right setup, you can deal pretty much half your opponent's troops killed before the battle's even started. So we look at what the Mighty Scythe's actual cavalry weapon does. The way it changes it, so first of all, now there's no 80% likelihood. So if you have all 5 of your commanders, instead of 4 of them using their ability, all 5 will. So at the start of battle, all of them are going to use their active army skill once, and you'll notice there's no more. They have a 30% chance of missing their enemies for the first 5 seconds. So right off the bat, you're getting 2 really considerable changes. All of your commanders are going to use it, and none of them lose anything afterwards. So when you get the kind of 4-star upgrade, the big difference here is in the damage coefficient. You're going to get 150% damage coefficient on the active army skills that they're all using, which is pretty crazy. It's going to be a really serious damage. Also, it says that if the target troop is defeated, the skill is cast again. So think about that. A lot of people kind of tried to counter this setup by having a very small front line that are just there to soak up this initial hit. But now, if you destroy it, it's just going to attack again and just completely obliterate that, which is a very interesting addition to get at that 4 stars. This is, to me, one of the strongest weapons to actually unlock in terms of just how it changes the way that the weapon interacts, and I think that it's a hugely strong one for sure. Also, just to keep in mind, the base levels for these, with Rob Stark, you're getting 25% cav attack, 6.25% total health. Salma goes to 27.5% cav attack, and 6.88 total health. And then obviously at their full stats, they're doubling both of those. So, I mean, both of these are really good to get. Again, there aren't a ton of cavalry weapons, so I know this is a little bit on the shorter side, but I do think that it is very interesting to me that there are definitely a lot of cavalry commanders waiting to get their weapons, and I'm excited to see what we do with them. But definitely some really, really strong things out of both Rob and Salma's weapons. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Until next time, my name is TyrionLanstr. I'll see you then.